Hey, this is Rick Kasalj, injury specialist from exercisesforinjuries.com. I wanted to welcome you to today's video, and in today's video I want to go through 5 tips for a better night's sleep. Now, a common question that I've been getting from customers is, how can I improve my sleep when I have pain? Now, a common cause for interrupted sleep is hip pain. So I want to go through some, causes or reasons why you have hip pain, while sleeping, or why hip pain is waking you up. Number one is a bad mattress. So the mattress could be too firm. So you're lying on your side and that firm mattress is putting too much pressure into your hip and leading to pain. The second reason could be the mattress could be too soft and throwing your body out of alignment and putting unnecessary stress on your spine. So you need to look for a good quality mattress that keeps your spine in alignment, but then also doesn't put unnecessary stress on your hip. So that's the first cause. The second cause is overuse or poor exercise routine. So this could be, you perform the same type of exercise over and over again. You're not resting. You're not having enough rest and recovery between your workouts, or you have a poorly designed program, and these could be leading to hip pain that's affecting your sleep. Other reasons are tight muscles. Another reason is hip bursitis. Another reason is osteoarthritis or tendinitis, and a previous injury or surgery are all things when it relates to the hip that can be leading to hip pain while you sleep, that it's waking you up and affecting your sleep. Now, all of this hip pain at night really does affect your sleep, and what this leads to, it affects your sleep, it affects your mood, it makes it difficult for your body to recover from a workout, it makes it difficult for your body to recover from an injury. So it's really important to get a good night's sleep and do everything you can to get a good night's sleep. Now, looking at 5 tips to relieve hip pain at night, things that you can do is change your sleeping position. So use pillows to decrease the stress on your hips. That is an excellent tip to do. Other things you can do is ice the area that's painful, the painful part of your hip. You can perform hip stretches prior to bed. This is a common thing that I recommend to people is, if they have an injured area or tight area, stretch before you go to bed and then go straight to bed, because people will stretch in the morning and then they'll continue on with their regular day, and then they'll build up that tension in their body again. So if you stretch things out, then go to bed, you get more of a benefit from that stretch. You can change your activities during the day, like try and look at low impact activities. And an example is, a lot of times runners will have hip pain issues, and a big reason why is their training, the accumulation of the mileage, so the wear and tear on their body from the mileage, not enough rest, not enough recovery and proper active recovery, and this leads to hip pain. So if you can take a break from the running or improve those other things, that it'll help when it comes to decreasing your hip pain, and it'll improve your sleep. Strengthen key areas that the hip needs in order to be pain-free. And this could be the core, knees, hips, are areas that you can strengthen in order to decrease your hip pain at night and get you to sleep better. Now, I wanted to go through a couple exercises. So we're going to go through 5 exercises that you can do that will help with your hip pain and help with your sleep. So I'm going to bring Jen up, and we're going to start off with the backward lunge. Oh yeah, let's go from the start. Let's go. So standing, and in this position, Jenna could take a big step back. And then looking at what she has is upper body, head, shoulders, and hips are in nice alignment. Looking at the back leg on the ball of the foot, the leg is straight. and the front leg is straight. And then what she's going to do is tighten up the abdominal area, tighten up her glutes, bring her hips forward, and stretch out that front of the hip. Now, looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for this one, sets would be 1, repetitions would be 2, alternating back and forth. Time would be 20 seconds, so a 20-second hold. Intensity would be light, and the purpose is we're stretching out the front of the hip. Now, the second exercise to go through, it's going to be a 90-90 stretch. And this is kind of like a progression from that back lunge. And I'll get Jenna to go through it and then we'll break it down. Okay, good. So that's the end position. So go back in standing, so nice and upright, head, shoulders, hips, and legs in a straight line. And then Jenna can take like a big step back, or she can take like half a step forward and half a step back in order to get in that lunge position. Then she's going to bring that back knee to the ground. Good. And then she's nice and upright with head, shoulders and hips are in a straight line. 90 in the back leg, ankle, knee, and the hip. 90 in the front leg, hip, knee, and ankle. Then she's going to tighten up her abdominal area, contract her glutes, especially that back leg, bring her hips forward, and looking for a light stretch in the front of the hip. Good. And maybe we'll switch things around and switch legs. Yeah, there we go. So people can see, yeah. So, and just lift this arm out of the way. Yeah. So we're stretching out right through here, the front of the hip. Now looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for this one, sets would be 1, repetitions would be 2, time would be 20 seconds, intensity would be light, and the purpose of this one is to stretch out the front of the hip. Now the third one is a supine knee to chest. So we'll use the massage table for this. And I'll get Jenna to go through a couple repetitions, and then I'll break down the exercise. Good. So what you're doing, so you're lying down. We're using the massage table to kind of represent a bed. And what you can do prior to going to bed is lie on your back, relaxing the shoulders, neck, and upper body. Knees bent, feet flat, and then you're going to bring one knee towards your shoulder and then pulling a little further with your hands, and then relaxing and bringing it back down and straightening the leg out, and then bringing that leg back up again, pulling a little bit further, really working on the range of motion in that hip and back. And then things that you can do are, if you want more of an intense stretch, the non-movement leg, you're going to keep it straight, and the other leg you're going to pull towards you. That'll give you more of a stretch. Now, if that puts unnecessary stress on your back, you can keep that other leg bent. That'll put your back into that'll put your pelvis in a better position and your back into a better position, and then you can go through that movement again. Now, looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity, sets would be 1, repetitions would be 5, so 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Intensity is light. Time, smooth controlled movement with a good stop at the end position, and the intensity and the purpose is to work on stretching out that hip, especially in flexion, targeting the glutes, hamstrings, and the lower back. Now moving on to the fourth exercise, this is the figure 4 stretch. And I'll get Jenna to go through like 2 repetitions, and then we'll go through it in detail. I won't get her to hold for the whole length of time, but just go to the end position, and then I'll kind of break things down. Okay, good, and relax. Maybe I'll just get her to do 1 repetition. Okay, so Jenna's lying on her back, relaxing upper body, shoulders, and neck, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. She's going to bring one knee up, cross it over the other knee, and then what she's going to do is bring the foot that's flat on the floor, that knee towards her shoulder, and then she can intensify this stretch with the hands, bringing the hands and pulling the leg up and intensifying the stretch in this crossed over leg. And maybe we'll switch sides so people can see. So crossing it over, bringing both legs up, pulling a little bit further with the hands, and then looking for a stretch deep in that hip joint area. Now looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for this one, sets would be 1, repetitions would be 2, time would be smooth controlled movement with a good stop at the end position and holding that end position for about 20 seconds. Intensity is light, and the purpose of this is really to target one of the deep rotators of the hip that tends to be tight because of excessive sitting, back pain, and hip pain. Now going through the last one, pigeon pose. Okay, now breaking it back down, so going into that 4-point position, so hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, good alignment with the hip, shoulder, and head. Now bring in one leg out front and across, and then leaning into it the best you can in order to really stretch out that hip rotators. Now, I know for some people this is going to be really difficult to get into, and an alternative that I get people to do is, I'll get you to flip over on your back, Jenna. An alternative that I get people to do that don't have a ton of flexibility, we're going to go wide, yeah, there, okay. And what you can do is just lying on your back, relaxing the upper body, shoulders, and neck, and what you're going to do is the feet are wide and you can rock the knees to one side and then rock the knees to the other side. So we're really focusing on the rotators of the hip. So with this one that she's doing right now, this alternative, the sets, reps, time, and intensity is sets are 1, repetitions are 5 each way, so a total of 10 movements. Intensity is light, time, smooth controlled movement with a good stop at the end position, and the purpose is really to work on stretching out, dynamically stretching out those rotators. Thank you very much, Shanna. And then the first one that she did, which was the pigeon pose, that one, sets, reps, time, and intensity are, sets would be 1, repetitions would be 2, time would be about 20 seconds, so you're holding that end position for about 20 seconds. Intensity is light, and the purpose is really to work on stretching out the rotators of the hip. So there you go, give those tips a go. So if you have if your sleep's affected and affected because of hip pain, I've talked about kind of the causes that have led to that hip pain. I've gone through a couple tips that you can do in order to relieve hip pain at night, and then 5 exercises that you can do. Now, if you are suffering from hip pain and want some of my best tips and tricks when it relates to overcoming hip pain, what I recommend you do is click right here. I have a brand new free report called 5 Tips and Tricks That Fight Hip Pain and Tightness. Just click right here, let me know where to send you that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now, if you're watching this on a mobile device, tablet, or smartphone, head down below in the description and click the first link, which will be exercisesforinjuries.com/hips. Let me know where to send you that report, and I'll send you that report right away. If you got benefit from this video, make sure to like this video. If you have a question or comment for me, you can leave it down below in the comment section. And lastly, hit subscribe to get future pain relieving videos.